One is a person who retired about 4 or 5 years ago. Had a long career with P&G, and he was Ohannes' manager for a long time. And Ohannes and him had a lot of similarities. One of them was their tendency to squeeze that nickel until George Washington yelled uncle. And this is a true story that he was Ohannes' unit manager, and they were trying to save some money, but they wanted to call the dentist up in Montana and Wyoming. And so they literally packed their sleeping bags in the car and a tent, and they loaded up the car and they started on the road, and they drove up, and when they got to a campground, they stopped, they parked, they pulled out their tent, they got out their sleeping bags, they slept there. And about every other day they took a shower in the campground, and they kept going, making calls on the dental offices while camping out. So,
oh my gosh.
That doesn't say a lot about Ohannes. The person's name is Steve Boss, and he spent about also 30 plus years with P&G, and he lives in Washington now, and he really wanted to travel down here, and he was trying to arrange it up until the last minute, and he couldn't be here, but it was really important for him to express to you his, for me to express to you his well wishes and how much he's enjoyed working with you. Thank you. And then the second person, and it kills me to do this, because he never returns the favors, but my counterpart in the East, Tom Moscato, said, all right, you've got to do me a favor and read this, because Tom also was trying to finagle a way to get here, and he's actually on vacation this week, and so he wanted me to say, to make sure that I read this to you, he said, oh, this can't really be happening. It will not be the same without you here in POH. As I've told you, you are the back of POH to me. And I feel the face, I think that's a little typo, so we're going to change the face to POH. And I feel like I'm losing another strong root connected to the rich heritage and success of this great organization. My original plan was to be at CDA, but now I've been able to make it. Anyway, you're definitely leaving a fantastic legacy here. So many lasting contributions, the best one being the passionate, can-do, solution-focused attitude that permeated so many of your colleagues like me. You should feel great about that. I wish you a very healthy retirement, and know that if you are ever able to sell in any company I ever own in my next life, you'll be the first to call. So congratulations to Jill, your Moscato. P.S. The only downside, and Krista, don't forget this, that we'll need to lower our convention non-sport tax. And then the last thing I'd just like to add is just a couple of notes. Is a retirement is always special, and at Procter & Gamble there's a lot of longevity, and so there's a fair number of people that have 33 years. But I think that the thing that's different with Ohannes is currently our longest tenured person who spent their entire career in professional oral health, and that is very unique in Procter & Gamble.
Wow.
And one of the cool things about that is that, and I think one of the coolest things is that, his legacy, he will be, if you've spent any time in professional oral health over those last 33 years, whether it was 2 years or 20 years, you will always remember Ohannes. And for him to have that kind of impact and that kind of legacy within Procter & Gamble is really something to be very proud of, and it's very rare for anybody who's had in the last 33 years a stopover in professional oral health. They all remember and respect Ohannes and know who he is, and so that makes it very unique, I think, in terms of our retirements from the company. So congratulations on that. And then the second thing I would add, that with that kind of longevity of 33 years in Salt Lake, Ohannes is part of the dental community, and he's not a sales rep. He's not a person from a company who calls on them. He's actually a member of that dental community. He's got awards this past year and over the years from the societies there, from individual offices, and I'll tell you, as you look back on your career, you can always talk about your results or the different positions you held, but in the end, those two things I mentioned, it's the connection you had to all of those people you worked with, and just as importantly, all of the customers that you called on and how they viewed you differently. That's just an incredible legacy, and I think one that's very, very rare in our company today, in any company. So congratulations, Ohannes, on a really special
Thank you guys. This is really very, very special for me. What makes it really more special than ever is having my best friends and my wife join me tonight. For those of you who were at the national meeting, I talked about when I left my family when I was 13 years old, went to a boarding school on the island of Cyprus. Well, I have my classmates from that same boarding school with me here tonight.
Oh my gosh.
So we go back quite a few years, and I'm very glad my best friends are here, including my cousin and her husband as well. But most of all, my wife is here, and for 34 years she's put up with me, traveling, leaving the kids with her, and then me going and camping at nights. Yeah, and then for her to raise the family, to raise the kids, and I couldn't have done this without her.
Here.
However, now that I'm retiring, my biggest challenge is going to be how to get the credit cards back from her, because I think she's totally attached to them. Folks, on the serious side, the thing I'm going to miss about this is the conventions, my interaction with my customers, with my friends, which are all of you. And thank you so much for coming here for tonight. One message I have for you, all of you, the young ones at P&G, is that we've all had some good days, bad days, good years and bad years. But you know, if you have a long-term vision of what you're doing, unless you so hate this organization that you can't stand it another minute, you hang in there. As long as I did, as long as I do, coming from a third world country, getting education, retiring a millionaire, keep that in mind. because you can all do it. It's not special for me. Every single one of you at P&G right now can accomplish everything that I have. You just have to put your mind to it, hard work, and passion to what you're doing. And you will be able to retire like I did at age 60 and not look back. I'm going to miss this. I'm going to miss you all. But I'm not going to miss going into 8, 9 dental offices every freaking day. Okay? No more, where are my brushes phone calls. No more, I ordered the regular toothpaste, I got the other toothpaste instead. No more. You know what? I don't give a shit, but I will never forget P&G. I will always be loyal P&G supporter, buyer, and everything that P&G does. Folks, thank you so much for coming in this cold, nice weather and to celebrate this with me. I wish you all the same results as I'm getting from this. And thank you so much. I hope to run into you in my next life outside of P&G. Thank you.